And we're back. I'm Spider of Crescendo Games. To my this way, whichever way this is on the stream, we've got Golden Sun playing Lillian. We've got beneath me, whatever, got Navy Mongoose for the first time playing Saren. And to my diagonal down, there is, of course, Hadrian, who is playing the ever virtuous, ever that stalwart of morality and traditional family values.
Or as everybody likes to call her, that bitch.
Oh, you mean the one who makes date rape drugs and gives them to people for months at a time?
Yep.
He's on mute, so he can't defend himself. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Anyway, so a lot happened in the last 2 weeks. Like a lot. So let's jump into that really quick. So that way, for the two people who read this entire thing later, they at the very least have some attempt at keeping things straight. So in the last 2 weeks, from August 10th through the I've got it on here as the 17th. Let's see how badly I screwed up my dates. How badly did I? No, actually, I'm not off by much. That's actually supposed to be August 8th. I messed up some of the dates, but it's fine. It's fine. We don't ask for perfection here, thank God. All right, so from August 10th through the 17th, y'all traveled from New Sota City over to Newport and got there. So you guys didn't really settle down yet. Abaddon showed up, passed himself off as the leader of the city, which was an interesting choice on his part. I have opinions about it. I'm sure you can figure them out very, very quickly. But the king Lucian, ex-husband and ex-druggee of Lady Marie, accepted Abaddon's total bald-faced lies. There's a flaw.
Thanks, Abaddon, you piece of shit. Well,
no. You do not get to call anyone a piece of shit. That's not fair. Abaddon's just a monster. Abaddon's just a monster. He didn't take a really virtuous dude and just drug him up for years. I mean, jeez.
So in lore, this is a whole thing in her journal about how virtuous Lucian is, and that's how much she wants her. That's a whole thing in the journal, by the way.
Oh, my dear sweet God. Oh, my dear sweet God.
I don't know how to redeem this character, but I am going to redeem her.
Okay. All right. You heard it first here. Hadrian is going to fix her. Don't ask me how he's going to do it, but that's the claim.
And we have Lillian dressed in green.
Yes,
I severely doubt I can, but somehow it can happen. I have to actually pray for that answer to come to my head. Yeah. She's gonna have real painful repentance after this.
Oh, don't worry. The other players will be more than happy to dole that out. So once you guys got there, so Navy's been sort of circling Crescendo for a couple of weeks now, months. I can't remember.
I think
it's been a little while. So finally, we got his character made, got him in, and the first thing that happens is Saren gets cracked over the head by an angry mob. Actual mortal wound to the head. I would say that it could happen to anybody, but he ran afoul of the ill-wind man, and yeah, it actually could have happened to anybody.
Oh, that was him? Oh, yeah, no. That he would do that.
He absolutely would do that.
Yeah, that's the ill-wind man. That's the ill-wind man for you.
So, Saren and Sylvie ran afoul of the ill-wind man and found a bag on his person that definitely had rats in it. They burned the bag. and thus completely saved everybody from one of the most horrifying ends that one can imagine. If you are not catching if you're not catching the inference of where I'm going, just study Western European history. You'll find you'll have an idea what I'm talking about when I talk about rats. Anyways, the burn bag.
This is my thing.
I'm sorry, not everyone gets to live in rural communities like Eastern Europeans.
Not everybody gets to be
I know.
subjugated for years under both under Western Europe and Russia, like Eastern Europeans do as well. And not everybody gets the word slave commemorated off their name too. But we're not picking.
I can never ever get sick. That's
I feel so bad for Eastern Europe, guys. My favorite part of Europe, but always a sad
dude.
story to read.
It's still in my bucket list to go drinking cheap vodka in Ukraine. I don't think I'll ever get there, but
I would. Shame. I wish I could see Ukraine again, but I wish I could see Ukraine or Russia.
Oh,
but
you've been there?
Tragedy.
You've been there at all?
I've been to Moskva. I don't know. I've been to St. Petersburg, but I wish I could see Moskva or Kiev without it being bombed. I really wish I could.
It's Russia.
Ah.
I don't know about the particular chances of that, dude. That's kind of a low bar.
Hey, good question.
Anyway,
You are not
sum
being
to sum this all up, y'all are now in the southwest corner of Newport, in a slum that Lady Marie helped buy. Like, she just bought the whole thing out. And
I need property.
Well, you got it. And Teller, one of the guy who heads up their rice guild, was just found smothered in his sleep. And oh, by the way, the Serpent Forest is now on fire. It's fine.
The what is on fire?
The forest is on fire.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, that's like at the very, very bottom. That was like the last thing. So
oh my gosh,
everybody
this
hit
one I
the
was in
books.
Japan. Hit the
I
books.
know what did it, and I'm not telling. Not yet. All right, let's hit the books and see what crazy thing happens this particular session. So, Navy, grab your journal, find a random thing to stand on.
May I go?
But yeah, Navy, you've never done this before, so just find a random passage from your journal. Close your eyes, open up a page where you know there's writing, read whatever you land on.
May I landed on.
That's a good sign.
I landed on the underlined.
Of course you
The
do.
only thing I have is the setting myth,
Good. That's
and
always
the passage I pointed to just now. I just looked like this, and it pointed to the races left to their own devices degenerated further.
And
Thank you.
may I read out mine?
Go for
it's a long paragraph. I'm planning to travel so I can visit my children, but I must first research magic to prepare. I am trying to create a spell I titled Shaping Flora. How the spell would work is could meld or sculpt wood growing specific types of herbs, bioluminescent fungi, and non-lethal restraining bonds and environmental shaping by using ordinary plants to create cover in a small area.
Okay. Hadrian, this is not looking good. Can you provide something that doesn't just smell of disaster?
You read an underline, that's what he told me.
No!
Oh no, he landed
No, I
on an underline.
cannot.
Fuck.
She cheated on a test by bribing 15 different people for 15 different questions on a test using gold to pay each one from a significant distance away.
All of you.
Only the most moral of characters, by the way.
Oh god. Okay.
The most
Really
moral-
quick. Last question. Hadrian, what's your fate point count at right now?
10?
10? Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't used it in a long time. I think it's like 10.
So helpful. I love that. That's how
I
many
have-
chits I get to ruin your life.
How much
Everybody's
do you
fun.
have?
Also,
Friend?
I haven't upgraded one of my. Also, I haven't upgraded my dice yet, despite getting the circle.
Okay,
so.
you need to do that while we're thinking, while we're getting set up. All right, so with everything, gosh, degeneration, floral thing, like a lot of floral thing with magic, and then cheating. Okay, I know what to do with this, and y'all are gonna love it. So
Is it gonna be plant people?
Is it gonna what?
Be something related to like I've had an idea because there's creatures involved with plant life.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. But I assure you, I'm not thinking of what you're thinking. Not at the
Really?
moment.
I was
Oh
thinking
no,
something.
I'm definitely not. I'm thinking of something far meaner. So, across y'all see this. We're gonna say that it is. Oh, it's the 28th, which on some calendars is St. Augustine's Day, which is my saint's day. So we're gonna say it's the 28th of. So there. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll set it towards the 18th to the 27th. So today's the 28th. So y'all are waking up on the day of the 28th, and everybody is pointing across the river at the forest, which has been on fire for like the past day. There's been lots of smoke coming up. You guys have been hearing this weird laughter noise coming from. Lillian, you don't like what you see because all of a sudden the burning flora and fauna turns from burning things into this weird fire organic construct, and out of it walks what you could swear would be Seraphina.
Hell.
And she starts walking on the water towards the city.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
It's an entire thing, but she looks different. Her flame is green, which in our world is not a good thing.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to literally. I have empathetic, so I'm probably just going to go head towards it like a moth to a flame, quite literally, so to speak.
There's an elf running out towards the flaming being who is trying to cross the river by just walking.
So anyway, I started blasting. No, that's not a character. Don't put that in.
So I. Oh right.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Anyway, that's not the bad way to start.
Right. I don't have a ranged weapon anyway. I just have my father's sword, capital letters.
Ooh, cool. Okay, so you're crossing the river, which is you're running out, which is gonna take you a good 10, 15 minutes to get there. So during that time, Saren and Lady Marie, you see this random elf that you've kind of seen around a little bit, just go running full tilt towards this thing. What do you guys want to do?
What the fuck is gonna... My character is too much in a what the fuck am I even seeing? Because, someone's floating on water. So, she's still in a bit of shock. She's like, oh?
Saren, everyone else is staring. This elf is running for the river, at full tilt, at this thing that has been apparently burning the forest down, and now has turned it into some weird fire organic thing.
I am going to follow after her because that's what I do.
That's what you do. Okay, cool. After after about a minute, Lillian.
Yeah.
You're human, right, Saren? I forget.
Yeah.
All right. There's this random human male who's now running alongside you, who you've seen like once or twice. He's just running beside you like it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm just gonna.
Do I
Not,
recognize him?
Oh, the elf?
No, the guy beside me.
Oh, that's the elf who you're running beside.
And the sheep.
Oh,
She looks kind of familiar, but you're not really able to place it.
She to get a description of her. She has like blonde hair with at the ends of her ponytail that's tied up into a braid looks like if it was burnt a bit. And she has a one streak of silver in her hair.
Also, this is something that is specific to my setting. All elves are ebony skinned. Most of them float around in the stratosphere, so the melanin is high. So, she's pretty much pitch black,
interesting.
which is pretty normal for elves of this world.
Yeah, and I am the gentle kind.
Wait lang. Oh, my foot. Sorry.
Okay. So anyway, so that's what you're looking at. It's the elf looks familiar, but you're not really sure. Like you feel like you've seen her before, but that's about as good as you got at the moment.
Right.
I probably.
I'm a little too focused on trying to figure out what what I know. Well, obviously the spirit is
Thing.
The Ilwyn man.
interesting.
Yeah, you guys have never seen anything like this before, and anybody who had any lore skill would be going, "What's that? That looks new." This is brand new. I don't know what this is. Anyway, so you guys stop at the edge of the river, and it starts coming towards you guys. Yeah, incoming fireball. It just shoots. Hot green flame coming right at you. So at this point, what do you guys want to do with that? It does not open up for parley at all. It does not stop to talk. It just to quote one of our players from just a few minutes ago. So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah. I think I have the skill called sing, which I think
it's firing at you. That is not going to work right now. It is not going to give a crap about any singing you do. It's already made its decision.
I don't have exactly any magic in my order book. But let's see. Immune to heat, cold, and can never get sick. All elves glow with a soft light that cannot be suppressed.
Yep.
I don't know if I have any magic because I'm kind of building it. Because the only thing I have in my skills and in my inventory are a ledger, a holy prayer book, sturdy leather boots that I'm currently wearing that are good for speech, and appeal.
Okay. Well, the fireball's coming at you. You haven't told me that you're getting out of the way of the fireball yet.
Oh yeah, I'm moving out of the way. I have sturdy leather boots and agility 6.
You notice very quickly that what's your cunning at?
My cunning's at. Oh, who you're talking to?
To you. I'm talking to you.
Oh, my cunning's at D6.
Okay, Saren's D2 ain't handling this right now. It ain't good. Through no fault of his own. He's kind of giving it a look.
If she doesn't if she doesn't do something that actually succeeds in making the spirit stop, or
I was
or even I'm going to do something.
Okay,
I
what are
was
you
even
doing?
singing a lullaby. That was either work.
Yeah, that definitely didn't work. Which is
I
like,
or to appeal because my highest is empathetic, which is a D8. I have appeal, I have speech.
nope, none of those are gonna work. It's made a decision. It's opening fire. Saren,
So I'm probably moving out of the way. Like,
starts to sink.
so I'm gonna drag Saren with me because, like, since she's probably in the way as well. So I'm gonna move out of the way and grab Saren with me.
No, I all right, is there any way to this can I before I all right, I am going to go with her and leave. But before I do that, can I have a good look at I have this skill called earnestness. I'm not sure what it does.
Oh, that's you being able to give good and impassioned speeches. You just watched a singing lullaby get just completely and totally like ignored.
Jeez. Jeez.
I got nothing. I run with her.
Okay, cool. So you guys realize this thing is not friendly, much to Liliana's obvious confusion. Like very, very, very obvious confusion. Also, it manages to cross the river. You're not sure how it managed that because somehow it's like on the water, and it's fire. So there's that problem. With it comes these under its feet blossom out these weird fire flower things. So like imagine Super Mario if instead it was entirely green and it shone weird, and if you're looking at it like that doesn't make any sense. Because fire flowers are not supposed to be real, but here they are. So it starts throwing fire around. It's aiming for the city, like it's just coming straight for it, like Godzilla comes for Tokyo.
Ah.
And there goes Lady
Are you
Marie's
kidding me?
property. And there
you
goes
Our
Marie's
cities
property.
get burned in 2 sessions. This is crazy, Spider.
I would
Come on.
like to point out this is the last civilized city for like a couple of 100 miles. It's kind of go time. It's do or die.
I do have a holy prayer book.
There's no city left. There's no city left for the next 100 miles. All the civilizations in between us and I don't know our neighboring countries are Jim Bob's small farmland, and that's not going to be able to feed the rest of us, or monster-infested pond number 58.
All right.
We got to protect this. We got to fight this thing. So it's a
All right.
giant ball of fire, right, Spider?
Sorry, say it again.
So it's a giant ball of fire?
It's plants and fire, dude. Plants and fire.
Plants and fire. It's like fire plants. Like it's a say. Like imagine if Super Mario was like, the fire flowers. Like just imagine that, except they're all green.
If you want to imagine it, think of like the Digimon that's basically a flying bird that's made out of wood.
Every time you bring up Digimon, I'm happy. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, I'm so dead. I can't shoot bow. I can't have my men shoot bows at it. Is there a single mage in the service of the city who can throw water balls at it?
All right. We know. All right. Straight path. Okay. Straight path. Assuming this thing is moving in a straight path right towards the city, it's gonna hit the slums first.
Y'all are kind of running away.
All right. As soon as Saren gets within earshot of whatever crowd is in the city wondering what the fire is about, he is going to basically rouse the people to at least, number one, start evacuating. Number two, if anyone's able to, start building a fire break. because the between different sections of the slums so that they don't all burn down at the same time. Number three, if there's some kind of
Oh, yeah.
expert who knows about spirits throwing green fire, he should come forward right now because otherwise the city's gonna burn.
If you
Okay.
want help, I can throw in a D6 if you want.
Well, we're not rolling dice yet. So, Lady Marie, this guy's running forward and he's shouting good ideas, and no one is going to listen to him because nobody knows who the heck he is. Not really, but they know who you are.
I'm gonna raise his hand because hey, listen to this one. Because listen, even though Lady Marie is an absolute noble asshole, if there's one thing she knows, it's if other people have a good idea and she thinks it's a good idea that will save lives, she might as well do the good thing and try to save her people's lives. She still has family in that village after all. So she's gonna say that exact thing. And she's gonna go to some hedge mages or stuff like that. She's gonna ask any hedge mage if they know how to deal with a burning fireball coming towards the city.
Okay, so everything you guys are talking about costs time. So first things first, let's break this down. We need to research, whatever spells we can to fight this thing. We also need to figure out what exactly it is, too. And third, there's the fire breaks. Out of the lot of those, coincidentally enough, there's 3 of you. That is actually a coincidence, and it is kind of funny that it breaks down to 3. So we're just going to go with that. So y'all need to figure out who's doing what.
Okay, I think I can do a bit of prayer and trying to gather people together for faith or something. I do have a holy prayer book.
Okay, so you're going to calm the crowd. That's a 4th task I hadn't thought of. So you're gonna take a crack at the crowd. We're gonna come back to you in a minute as we figure out who does what. So Lillian just actually brought up an entirely new aspect of the problem, which is keeping everybody calm that can't help. Fantastic idea, really. Because eventually your friendly neighborhood weaver would become unfriendly and would just weaponize the mob because that's what is a weaponized mob. So I would eventually think of that, and anyway. So that problem's going to be addressed in a minute. You two have 3 tasks to figure out. So who's doing what?
All right, I'll do. All right, so there's the fire breaks.
The fire breaks.
There's getting the wizards.
Getting the wizards.
And what was the third one?
Third one was was identifying what this thing even is, which in my mind is a separate task. Like getting the wizards, trying to figure out what this thing is, can be done at the same time. Doesn't mean it should be done. It is a consideration.
I will because seeing that Lady Marie is already trying to work the crowd, and she has more sway over them. He's gonna focus trying to organize the fire break parties.
Okay.
Anyone who's able to help construct it, he basically does his thing, and because he knows one of his other skills is labor because he's done that before, so he knows a bit about getting people to do physical tasks.
Okay, cool. So he's gonna go and so Saren's gonna go figure out that. So and then that now leaves Lady Marie. You're gonna be working on getting everybody together for the fire break.
Yes. I need to organize that. And I also... So the thing that's coming at us isn't living, so I can't just have my men start shooting crossbolts at it, because that's a terrible idea.
It really is. It's not quite Godzilla.
It really
It
is.
won't even them. Okay, so we're gonna go in the order that I had talked about it at first. Lillian, how are you calming the people down? What specifically are you trying to do?
Okay, I have 1, 2, 3. If I count my empathetic, that's 88. So I think if I use this right, sing can actually calm people down.
Yes, it can. Especially if you're willing to like do it for a sustained amount of time.
I can do it.
Okay. What's your brawny at? Because at that point, it's a question of how long before your vocal cords give out. Literally.
I'm not that brownie. I have D4.
Actually, yeah, 1 second. Now we do the Google search. How long can an average person sing for? Sustained. Let's see. What's the answer according to Google? We're going to a continuous vocal session without a break typically lasts about 30 to 60 minutes before strain sets in. So here's what we're gonna do. Grab me a D4 golden and roll it. We're gonna add 2 to it. We'll multiply it by 10. And that's how long you can give them before.
Okay, let me just stand up for a bit.
The crowd's freaking.
On the highest place and drop a D4 on the floor.
May the fates smile upon you.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. Okay, so that's good. You can give them 50 minutes.
Okay.
So y'all have 50 minutes without total panic, simply because there's an elf wandering the streets, singing at the top of her lungs, and everybody just stops and goes, "Oh, that is so beautiful," and they sort of forget everything else.
That's genuinely miraculous.
Oh yeah, you're telling me. Okay, so now that we've done that, Lady Marie, draw. What are you doing? Because like, you have to go find these people, and you have to find them quickly. And quickly, doesn't mean like we're not talking. You can find them in 5 minutes. Like it might take you a half hour just to get a basic search set up.
I can't do it all by myself, but that's what we have servants for.
Wow,
Okay,
that is. I have another friend who also lives in the Philippines, and like connected to like one of the gangs there, and that is exactly what he has said, almost in the same tone. So congratulations.
Oh no! It's even worse for me. It's even worse for me because I actually do have a maid like just downstairs helping me out.
Of course you have a maid.
Are you in the Philippines?
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm just reminded of DBZ Abridged, like the minis, like, why we have, like, and Abridged Vegeta said, why we have slaves in this. Like, they're not slaves.
I love Ate. She's one of the nicest people I know. But God bless her.
All right, I knew you were in like a tropical country because that specific wood on your window doesn't show up anywhere else except this occasion.
Hell? How do you know that? I didn't
because I'm from the Philippines. That's acacia. That's acacia wood. You don't see that anywhere else, except
yeah, acacia. It's pretty pricey too, but it's very pretty.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Well, you have a curved television, so you have a curved monitor. I know how much those things are.
I don't have a curved. I have a curved television, but I don't have a curved monitor. I'm on my laptop right now. I'm not on my PC.
Right.
But better. Sorry for that the Tagalog came out, but anyway, like I was saying, I was asking my family servants and the messengers to start, rounding up the people, telling them, "Hey, Lady Marie said this. I'm an ex-guardsman. The guards say that we gotta get this. We have to do this quickly, or else we're all gonna die. And we just came here, and we don't wanna die."
Really? It's gonna take. I would think that at that rate. Part of the problem is that y'all are not necessarily friends with anybody outside. So let's take a look at our myth and see what we got here. Well,
I could use tactics or persuasion because
Well,
my
I mean,
tactics is
you
D6 now.
got that. That's not a problem. The problem isn't whether or not you're skilled enough. The problem is
It's
whether
because of us, like
Sports.
Lily and Siren.
finding magicians like. Okay, yeah, sure. That works. And then you've got your debts. Let me take a look at those really quick because I don't remember them right now. Damn it, that's empty, and I don't remember where your stuff is right now. Hadrian, help me. Help me help you. Where did I put them? I know I put them somewhere. They're around here.
At least I put mine in.
Your internet.
Read off your debts really quick because I cannot, for the life of me, remember them.
Adrian, your debts.
My internet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
I think the internet got fucked.
Oh, Spider
I
was.
I'm gonna
for your
leave and
debt.
come back.
He said he's gonna leave and come back.
Okay,
So
cool.
fix his internet.
Grab a drink while he does that. This is going to be a very interesting session. I am grabbing some wine. Okay. All that's going on. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. He's dropping out. All right. So he's having internet connection. Over to you, Navy.
Oh,
Alright, I'm gonna leave and come back.
put that on pause. So,
Sorry about that. Thought I have a few more minutes with him, but his internet crapped out, so he's gonna.
oh, there you go. There's probably another brownout. But the
Yeah.
oh no, I'm just making a comment about how like back home there's intermittent power supply.
Sorry.
Anyway, what I do is, all right. Are you talking about what something has happened
Oh
during?
no, that was back in the day. Now, oh yeah. Mongoose, we don't have that anymore. It used to be that way, but our electric system has gone better, so we don't have intermittent power supply.
Nothing
anymore. When I
improved.
was a kid, we did, but now we don't.
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
Yeah, now we don't.
Yeah,
it improved. I can't believe it. When I was a little kid, I remember that. When I was like 8th year to 8th grade, it would always be problematic. Now it's much better.
I'd have tea while I watched this. But
I remember we would pass time by melting crayons onto paper using the candles that we lit because the lights were out.
this sounds like a Marine thing to do. Did you eat what you melted? Now I'm curious.
No, we tried. I tried. It was my grandma's family. That side of the family, we were just sitting in the house, and I think I was taught a game like, here, if you melt a crayon onto paper, you can make art. It wasn't very good, but it was interesting. I think I burnt my hair a little.
When I was a kid, the brownouts would always happen at night. They would only happen at night. Okay, when I was a kid, same story, but it would only happen with my mom's side. And we would do it, and we would light candles at night. But by the time I actually graduated grade school, I never had brownouts that weren't because of storms. The only time we would have brownouts was if there was a storm that was hitting us.
Oh yeah.
We stopped having intermittent brownouts.
So,
All right.
that's
Hold up, Hold up, Golden. 1 second.
Adrian, from what I heard, brownouts. Yeah, hold on. Sorry. Go back.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying. I dropped another tag on you in the Discord. Go drop your debts there while Navy tells me what he's doing.
Right. Yeah, you need to fill out your window. All right. So something happened during the 50-minute time slot.
So you are in the 50-minute time slot. You
All
are
right.
in it.
So I sort of figure out like, okay, so if the spirit is going to come this way, then we need to basically I try and build the fire breaks according to some reasonable plan of all right, we're probably not going to stop it, but we could slow it down. Or at least if it throws a fireball, it's not going to immediately destroy the entire neighborhood.
Sure.
So, how packed together are these buildings?
I mean, it's a. I would think it would be a bit more of a rundown. Like, we're gonna pull a quick image search because I'm just kind of going off of my gut. We're gonna probably go off a slightly more rundown Ravenna. So let's figure out what that looks like.
Of course, you think it's the first city comes to mind is Ravenna.
Well, I'm thinking of it because that area of the world has such a strong like Western Europe and Byzantine influence, which is kind of what this area is.
All right.
That was kind of my weird thought for it. I'm looking at pretty packed buildings here, although I'm not sure how packed they would have been historically. So I'm gonna see.
Are we in the Low Country? Are we in Balkan? Are we seriously in Balkan?
In the bulk? Wait, say what?
No, Ravenna's in Italy, on the east coast.
Yeah.
It was under control of the Byzantines for what, 100 years?
Long enough to where the art was permanently like.
Yeah, I've been to the basilica in there, and I've seen the Pantocrator.
Oh, nice.
So,
ooh, you've seen things. Then my hats off to you.
Oh boy, I have some I have lots of memories and pictures of that time.
I want them actually, not now, but I want them.
I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to organize. But yeah, I can imagine if this is the kind of slum that built in like Ye Olde Coliseum.
Ye Olde Coliseum, yes.
Then yeah, we're in trouble.
So glad I didn't have wine in my mouth at that moment.
All right, we're gonna basically have to sacrifice a few of the houses, at least and basically wherever it's easiest to create spaces in between like different blocks of housing, i.e., creating blocks. We're gonna have to do that. Starting from the outermost side, well, outer as in facing the line of fire, as it were.
Sure.
At some point, we're going to have to build really quick, impromptu dirt walls, basically, because yeah, the only thing we have on how fast was this thing? All right, the only thing we have on hand that actually acts as a physical fire break is like dirt. So we're going to have a bunch of guys put dirt mounds at strategic locations to act as some really cheap ass fire breaks that don't involve us like knocking down buildings to create spaces, because those are the only two things he can think of that within the time frame we have.
Right.
Or you could have make dirt mounds.
Well, there's not a whole lot
This,
of dirt.
Awkwardly does feel exactly like something a firefighter would know. This feels like, yeah, a firefighter.
Yeah, I think that my character, like he lived on a farm, so he picked up a few things here and there about like, all right, if natural disaster A is happening, we should do X, Y, Z.
X, Y, Z. Okay, so the only question at this point is convincing everybody.
Makes sense.
Go through your beliefs really quick for me, because They're not in here yet, which is fine. I'm not trying like put them in here in a second in that lovely little channel I just dropped for you. Because I forgot to make it. I
I
promise.
was wondering about that.
Yeah, of course. I promise I'm an organized person. I promise.
All right.
So it works with the myth. The question is whether or not it works with your beliefs. And if it doesn't work with your beliefs, then we have issues. Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Yep. Works. Okay. So you're able to convince people to work with you.
I think it works with my beliefs.
The question isn't whether or not it can be done. The question is whether or not you can like get everybody to do it. Everything lines up. They managed to do it in roll me a D4. Roll low. Roll very, very, very low. Roll a
D4, you said?
Yeah, D4. Roll very
Do you
low.
have a physical one or a digital one?
I don't care. I trust you guys. I'm not gonna like.
All right. I rolled a 1.
Do we all roll a d4?
No, just him. So you know that at the rate that it's going,
I rolled
it's
a
gonna.
3. Okay.
Saren, that at the rate y'all are going, it's gonna take an hour, and it cannot take faster. Like that's it. Like you guys are going at the most optimal rate. You are going as good as it's gonna get. This thing will be here long before the hour is up, but you literally cannot have them do it faster. That's just what it is.
All right.
So we're gonna jump over to Lady Marie, because now I've got the guests. So you have everybody going out. Okay, so you tell everybody to fan out. They actually like go with it, which is good. The question then, they go and get the other heads of the rest of the city who come to you within like 10 minutes. It's just not that far. And they come very, very quickly. By that point, she's pretty much at the gates. They immediately, as soon as you ask your question, they go, oh yeah, we've got a few hedgewood who may know what to do with it, but it's going to take us about 30 minutes to find them. You have to buy them 30 minutes to find someone who's capable of dealing with this. It just can't go faster. So, Lady Marie, you've got a problem.
I have to? Oh gosh. I can't rush them either.
You can't, you literally, like, this is everybody working in tip-top shape. Like, this is everybody working as good as they can.
Shit. Okay.
Like half an hour for a city this large? Dude, you're doing great.
This is the best we can do with the resources we have.
Right. So, you now know from them that you need to give them a half hour so that way the city doesn't literally burn down around everyone's ears in that half hour. Now, granted, she probably can't, like, carve through the city in a half hour, but would you like to find out how fast she can do it?
Sure. What can I roll? What do I roll?
No,
Because I have tactics and I have precision.
It's a rhetorical question. It's a totally rhetorical.
Yeah, I would like to.
No, you do not want to find out how fast you can get through.
Shoot. How long can I do it? Yeah, the audio is a bit cranky, so maybe I misunderstood you. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I just thought it was funny. It was like, oh, that's a most unfortunate. Okay. So we're gonna start with Lady Marie, and then we're gonna work back up to Golden Sun at this point, because Golden Sun is giving cover fire of basically keeping the masses in the general area calm, because that's what we got. So that happened in 10 minutes. Your building currently The question, Lady Marie, because you are the only person to field this question right now, you're it. How are you going to keep this thing occupied for the half hour it takes to find someone who might be able to handle it? Maybe. It's not even for sure.
Okay.
We won't know.
So here's the thing about what they say about fires. Have you ever heard of the idea when they're dealing with forest fires of getting rid of the things that are flammable that gets in the way? Now, I'm still Lady Marie. I still have a lot of money. And so the stuff in the direct way of the fire that might burn, we have to demolish it quickly. We have to destroy that stuff quickly to give those 30 minutes. We have to prevent the spreading of that fire by collecting and removing anything that's flammable within the path of that flame.
Oh, like a backfire? Like when two fires meet in the middle, they both extinguish each other.
Right. That's exactly what he's saying. And you are blessed by the rather... So, again, thinking of Ravenna, imagine if the river moved. So, like, Ravenna is a mostly aquatic thing. Imagine it was a river as opposed to the ocean. Now imagine that the river moved a couple of miles west, thus completely destroying
Ravenna.
Like, so, like, there's all of these weird, like, little canal streets on the bottom. Like, there's an unnatural amount of decaying pavement and stone hanging around. So, the idea isn't totally outlandish. Not totally.
Ooh, interesting.
She gets through the wall in minutes. She just walks up to it, puts her hand on it, and you watch this Lady Marie. You watch what she does. She just puts her hand on it, and she just stands there, bored out of her skull, watching as the stone melts. And then starts sprouting this weird fire organic stuff. But like she literally takes like 10 minutes just doing that. She just stands there. And so it takes her 10 minutes to get there. She takes another 10 minutes just standing there holding her little palm on the wall and just watching as the stone melts, just sort of bored, like, that's kind of interesting. And then you're like, and again, you're watching this from another vantage point. You're just watching these odd looking plants sprouting out of the spot where there's fire, where fire was.
Odd. So, like, where the fire comes, the plants set on fire as well, or they're actually
no. There are these odd plant-like things. So, like, you've seen the Phantom Menace. You know when Qui-Gon takes his
I have seen Phantom Menace.
in, and and the blast door starts to melt. Like, just get that.
Oh yeah, like the lightsaber burns when they melt.
Yeah,
like that.
That. Now imagine that as that melting.
Yeah, like that. I get it now.
There's like a weird plant, like the fire is becoming this weird plant-like growth. It's not spreading the way you would expect it to. It's forming an organic shape.
Excuse
you?
So,
like, the fire isn't like doing what you would expect it to. It's not trying to like spread and find new things.
That's weird. This fire is.
it's growing stuff.
It's growing like it, but like it's flame, but it's growing out of the wall.
This is gonna be a problem, is it? This is.
And like as it melts, it forms more of these like flame plant things.
Oh my gosh. How do we deal with this? Because this isn't regular fire. The regular fire methods we have will not necessarily work against this. This is magic.
Well, you're not sure because it's spreading sort of like she's kind of walking through and but it looks like she's growing a forest inside of the wall, but the forest is made out of fire, so it's kind of a weird like. By the way, this is all your fault, Golden. You read off that entire paragraph. This is entirely your doing. Good job.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh! Only the most mighty of things. So I'm gonna go and use my skills, and we're gonna try to douse the plants with water to see what happens. You know,
I actually have no idea what's
see
going
if that
to
kills the plants or not.
Okay. Since I came up with this concept literally less than an hour ago, let's workshop this because I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen if water hits something like this. Because it's essentially as if fire decided that it was a living construct. Like it's acting like it's organic. It thinks it's organic. I don't know what that means. I just came up with it not less than an hour ago. So I'll
fertilizer.
Congratulations, you're an author.
Why would it be fertilizer?
If
Golden.
it burns stuff like that, means the leftover deposit would be made for the plants to grow from.
Okay, all right, but what about dropping water on it? What would dropping water on a fire that is holding a coherent shape? Like it's not normal.
Of course. Okay. Because I'm a chemist, my chemistry knowledge just came back in. Fire only burns when there is oxygen.
Huh?
Right?
He told me a while ago when
We all know that.
Wait, no, go restate.
3 years. Or for like 3 years now. I've been a chemistry student for 3 years. Sorry.
I forgot this. That's my fault.
Okay.
I learned this
Fire
from
only
BS.
grows when there's oxygen. It needs fuel to burn.
Sure.
And the best way modern chemicals work by preventing fire. So what we can do is we can prevent the oxygen from being absorbed by the fire. So instead of dumping water, because water will only weaken the fire, but what you actually want to do is you want to prevent any oxygen from getting onto it. Because sometimes, for example, if it's a chemical fire and you throw water on an oil fire, it actually makes the oil spread, right? Because water and oil are not mixable. So what we actually have to do is we have to start throwing non-flammable debris on it, like rocks and sand and the remnants of concrete onto the fire to prevent it. Wait, sorry?
Weren't you just talking about destroying buildings just a minute ago? That seems like a good source of debris to me.
I think
we're throwing sand in it. We're throwing sand in it.
We need to do this carefully because for all you know, the spirit will start throwing fireballs at whoever she sees dumping dirt on the wall.
Throwing sand.
That right.
Infantryman. How fireproof is your plate carrier?
Literally have an army, the commander of which is not available at this time for reasons that I don't understand. We don't need to worry about that right now. He's here.
Infantryman. How fireproof is your plate carrier?
Never forget the purpose of the military. That way you can have a force-entered class of people who literally cannot do anything other than fight. As someone who's U.S. military contract, that's exactly what it is.
No, absolutely. So I'm gonna go to the one person who matters even less than infantry. Engineers. Michael. Combat engineers.
Hey, we can
Spider, your army. Spider, your army. You know how hard that hits.
I have the voice of one of my former E6. So I got put onto a gate guard duty for about 6 months, and my E6 was a former combat engineer, and I can hear him screaming at you. I know the words he'd use. I know the order he put them in, and I know that he'd be trying to find you right about. So he probably be able to die too. He was dangerous. I was afraid of him.
If this man stabs me tomorrow, you know why.
Oh no. Wouldn't stab you. No, he'd do something much bizarre. He'd do something much more bizarre than just stab you. He'd have fun with you. Which is the scary part, is the definition of fun. So the combat engine here, there are some. It's going to take about 20 or so minutes to get that plan basically on the, basically moving. Do you reach out to Saren and push this idea sort of at him to see what he does with it?
Yes, I do.
It takes you about
I do.
10 minutes to find him. Saren, here comes Lady Marie. Everything we just talked about, you now know it. What do you want to do?
All right. So, do we have the actual military here?
Yes, we have a citizen. They are
All right.
trained enough.
Then basically, they're going to have to.
The Corps engineers.
We don't exact. All right. We don't know exactly how the spirit behaved. We know she tried throwing fireballs at us as soon as she saw us. So
Sure.
probably, but how many fireballs can she throw? So probably send the infantry out to try and distract her. Actually, if they have any
distract her. That is the most officer thing I've ever heard.
Hold up. Hadrian, much love.
Yeah.
Shut up. Navy, go.
Basically, they should loose formations to avoid getting all burned at once. Very mobile, so they cannot be too heavily armored. Because I don't think that fire cares about armor anyway. They need to be basically move and shoot. Whoever knows how to do that, congrats. But yeah, Saren is going to do his utmost to rouse them with the power of his aura of leadership, to get them to, and he's gonna stand out there with them because he's like, I'm the one pushing this, so I'm pushing with you, which he can do. Hopefully he doesn't also, but they have to move around basically and shoot crossbows at her. This is the initial attack because again, he doesn't know if she's just gonna fire one fireball at a time, if she's going to turn into a bullet hell boss. He doesn't know any of that he won't know until he actually does it. And in the meantime, there's work. The work parties are gonna dump dirt and debris and junk on top of the problem wall.
Okay.
Beat the thing. Beat the fire. The magic plants with their shovels. I don't know, something. Because that's what we got. That's what we got. Slash it with their swords if they have any.
Golden, we're jumping to you now. Because
Okay.
you and I have to talk lore, which is something that I know you are entirely too happy to think about. Because I don't know the answer to this. So the question is Seraphina the kind of creature that would do bullet hell? Or would it have the capacity, would it be able to fire off a couple dozen fire blasts really quickly? Or is it really only able to do a couple of shots every once in a while? I'll have you decide whether or not we're all fucked.
If I had to think out of how Seraphina would act, it's how I sort of envisioned her as she's more of a showboat. She doesn't do many. She just does one and very, very coolly and just kind of like that.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to say that whatever happened to her completely subverted her nature. That's not how evil works. So, the good news for the people up on top is that she only shoots every once in a while. She's not terribly happy with being fired at with crossbows because it doesn't hurt because she's made out of fire. But at the exact same time, it is going through her physical form. She doesn't necessarily like that. So she every once in a while. So it doesn't necessarily. It only slows her down long enough to be like there's an ant on my boot. But
Ow.
as someone who was almost eaten by fire ants at the age of 2, let me tell you how long it takes to get an ant off you. It
This
can take.
isn't about your trauma. No.
I hate ants. I hate
I've
them.
seen fire ants the size of my fingernails, so I have
I would
respect for fire ants.
Stop talking about it. I really don't want to talk about it. It's
I got
terrible.
stung multiple times by wasps.
Oh, that's still terrible, but that doesn't set
Are
off
you
my.
big posting on your podcast?
I don't have a podcast.
He does.
It's
Fire
a joke,
ants, I think.
Coleman. It's a joke. It's okay. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Okay, so you do slow her down simply because she's annoyed. She doesn't really see like the threat yet. The big question would be if you can drop a building on her. That would be what I would think would be the next like thing to wonder about is what would happen if you dropped a building on her. I'm not telling you to do it. I just threw a problem at you. I don't know how to solve it, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, this
All right.
seems interesting
See
thing.
the parents like, if you want to like,
All right.
Golden, we need to throw the kitchen sink at her. Literally.
All right. So,
but no,
hang on.
I'm joking.
Summarize. So, she's just ignoring the crossbows.
They annoy her. They annoy her the way that it annoys someone who gets bit by an ant. They just go, I don't like that, and they take the second to stop it from happening. Which does slow her down. It doesn't hurt her, but she doesn't like it.
All right. Dropping a whole building on her would require another team to basically, or I could just redirect the debris team to start throwing stuff on top of her, which could work if, but man, this low fantasy setting. I'm like, you can't have a wizard just apparate a building.
Nope.
Nope.
Sorry.
Have the all right, yeah. Debris team starts dumping stuff on her.
Ooh, she really doesn't like that. That she doesn't like. However,
Throw rocks at her.
by the time that y'all start to do that, Golden Sun,
Yeah.
Lillian, unless you're defying, which you can't at the moment because it's a new character, your voice gives out and people start to panic.
I would really like to use a prayer book to like prayer to an angel to just please alleviate the situation. That's just usually how.
Well, at this point, I could conceivably, given the scope of the thing you guys are facing, someone would be interested in it. But I promise that is like, how do I put this nicely? The exorcists that I've talked to have compared exorcism to dropping, a nuke. Like, you want to do it, like you don't do it unless you actually need to do it. Like, that's a whole process. You don't necessarily want to do it unless you have to do it. So they find other ways to do it. If you start to do that, something will answer. That is not the problem.
The problem is the result of it.
Cheers. You have a decision to make.
Okay, part of like Liliana here is like she's very compassionate.
Sure.
So these are her hard parts if she could just do it. Let me look at her abilities. I have a holy prayer book, some ledger, appeal, speech, And as he sing, I pretty much exhausted myself in singing.
Yep, you need to wait a little while. So, don't drink milk. Um, don't drink any milk. Lots of water. Lots of water. No alcohol. So you're strained. So if you want it, you have some of the old stuff, including that old prayer book.
I have Holy Prayer book that like D36.
Right. So I mean, like that thing is pretty dark. Like there's stuff in there that, again, this is kind of like, okay, if you pull that kind of thing out, you don't just put it back in the bottle.
Oh,
I'm not telling you no. I'm saying that has consequences. And those consequences are unknown to me at this point because the consequences would be hitting the books. With cheers.
I need to consult the group.
Well,
So-
they're not around for you to consult.
No. I mean, outside of player wise, like, because I don't know, like, because in the end, while she would probably like pray something, like, she doesn't know the results and she's a bit nervous about making things worse. Like,
How could
You
it
want-
possibly get worse?
you do not want to know because there are things that I might have suggested that might have can make things worse. And what I've drawn here, can make things either good or bad.
I have 3 binders worth of it could get worse.
If you want to know, I have literally a drawing of a mythical legend of a cat man, like, well, they're actually 2, like LeBlanc and Lenoir, who LeBlanc can literally screw people over who are in a fortunate position, and Lenoir gives people like benefits who are in a less than stellar position.
Golden likes to generate lore, and it's all in his journal, is what he's saying.
Yes,
Awesome.
I have a whole bunch of journals filled with some truly terrifying. So it could get worse.
yes, like me accidentally creating a thing that can make people go insane.
I've got that already. So
Yeah.
he's saying, now, my opinion is you shouldn't be asking the group, because if Lillian would do it, then Lillian would do it, and everyone else would suffer the consequences of your character being who she is. That's my
that's cool.
Thank you, Adrian, for your input. It's a
That's
beautiful
cool.
it's a beautiful vote. It's a beautiful vote. So yeah. That's my opinion on the whole thing. I think if the character would do it, you should do it. And I'm just gonna shrug, like, okay, cool. That's just more stuff for us to work on later. That's my selfish standpoint. But
I'm
since you
gonna roll dice. Like, since it's like that she's in a tough position, I'm gonna literally flip a coin.
okay, flip a coin. That's fine by me.
Head,
Go ahead,
she,
do it, brother.
head, she does the prayer. Tails, she's gonna lay her heart out using speech or whatnot.
Okay.
Oh, I flipped that one wrong.
You flip a coin. Oh, actually, no. I know exactly how you went wrong. I asked a stupid question.
Tails, fate has chosen me to do the speech thing.
Okay. So how are you doing your speech? What are you doing?
Hey, see, I'm just going to use like the reign of the myth, like how in hard times, like how Taos felt like. See how I'm gonna use the myth of like when one falls in the light. Where is that myth? It's right here in the journal. Where is it? I had it right here. Ah, here we go. Found it. I'm gonna use like how the outsider like used his life to literally create the eternal flame. And basically, since we're like in a desperate situation, that everyone has like a flame that will not die, and we are literally part of her flame that we will persevere through this.
Sounds like a really dangerous way you're going, but I listen.
That no matter what the setbacks are like, or tribulations, or like what we're currently facing, and I'm also going to be using my belief here that despite even failed setback, that we can keep on moving forward so that we can achieve our goal in this situation.
Okay, these are not two statements I ever thought to connect. What are you doing with them? What alchemy are you doing?
Alchemy?
Go on, move on. Just skip it. Just skip that for the moment. Too long to explain.
Like to like unify the townsfolk into like helping each other, like trying to gather all of us together to like help the people like the soldiers and so whatnot, because every spark matters.
Okay. They are already entranced by you, so that's not even a question. They're going to follow what you say. What are you trying to get them to do? What have you figured out?
Okay. I want to see if it's possible for all of us. You know how people in culture and mythologies, prayers and magic get stronger the more people are grouped together, right?
Sure. Have that
So
whole where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am, and Elpida kind of functions like a Sophia Holy Spirit construct. I'm following you so far.
So I want to gather them all together to unite our energies to like create something that can repel Seraphina.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, all right. I have never thought of this before. This is interesting, and you actually have the logistics necessary to think. Okay. Ha.
What you? All right, I'm not so familiar with the lore. What's
Okay, so Elpida is the flame at the center of the earth, right?
Yeah, I read that.
Okay. Everybody, instead of having a soul like you and I have, like how we think of a soul, they have a flame which was lit in them when Elpida lit. He's bringing up a really, really good point within the lore. Within the lore that I've established, it is possible you can't snuff that flame out, right? Sort of like you can't kill your soul. Like you can't actually kill your soul. If you killed your soul, you would just wink out of existence, right? Like I'm not talking about sanctifying grace or anything like that. I mean actually like pulverizing your soul into non-existence. You can't do that. You can corrupt it, and you can do things that make it not life-giving anymore, and you can create what are called anti-flames.
Yeah.
Which this thing currently is. So what he's saying is you take a whole bunch of people and you get them all basically saying one gigantic, well, for lack of a better term, liturgy. And they kind of just mass push it back because they're a whole and uncorrupted, and for, again, lack of a better word, holy thing versus something that is inherently profane. He's saying if he gets a whole bunch of these people together and gets them all doing the same thing, it will go away. It might they might piss it off, but it'll go away. Which, I mean, technically he's not wrong. It checks out with the myth. It checks out with Lillian's beliefs. I'm not seeing where the logic itself is wrong. I've certainly never thought about it this way at all. So, again, given that it's new ground, I'm talking to people who are here, so that way everybody can sort of feel that out instead of being like, oh, you know, this just like it doesn't sound like a cop out to me. Like given the lore that I have written and given the situation and given what he's suggesting, I don't think it's wrong. I think it could work. So I am putting that on the other two participants in the game currently, Adrian and you, Navy, to see what you think because I'm curious.
I think it works. Just give me a second.
Okay, cool. We got one vote there. Navy, what are your thoughts? You and I have had this mechanical kind of discussion before, so I'm kind of curious as to how it comes up in a game.
I think I'm good with it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So the only question would be how to do it because if it doesn't, the rules respond to the fiction. So if the fiction doesn't make sense, it doesn't matter. If a good idea is not generated, I don't care if the lore backs it up or not. It doesn't work. So at this point, Golden, what are you thinking? Like, I mean, are we doing an earthquake in Constantinople situation where everyone's literally running around singing "Holy God, Holy Mighty, Holy Immortal," and the earthquake stops? Like, what are we looking at?
Look, how I like to envision it, it's like, have you ever watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Many times. I love that.
Okay, think of how, like, in their music, they created animal constructs and such.
Yeah.
Based on their beliefs. I'm thinking of kind of around that. But except it's the image of Elvita, but in flames.
You need an ordained minister. You ain't it.
If not that, well, we could do like a shield type dome situation where it's like a pushing field.
Sure. Still need an ordained. Hierarchy exists. That's a thing. I guess there would be priests in a land of thieves. If I was a priest, I'd go to the land of thieves, and this is certainly what Newport is. And y'all have brought over your own people. Huh. All right. It wouldn't take that long to find somebody. The problem, again, is keeping everybody alive until you're able to get everything together, because now you have a completely different problem. Now you have to go find priests. Or if you can get the bishop, wherever he is. We've never really done... Anyway, that's a completely different problem. We've never really talked about the archbishop of formerly New Sota City, now a seasoned Newport. That's a completely different question. You would need to find them, and they would need to come up with something to do in order to do that. That's an hour. If everything's working at tip-top shape. How are you guys buying the hour? Because it doesn't matter if the idea is good, if this thing just cleaves through, everything. Because it can't.
It got distracted when it was melting the wall and it was admiring how the plants were growing, right?
Yeah, it stopped. It stopped and it admired its profane mucking up of fire.
But if we use that to our advantage.
How so?
Okay. Say, we need something to get it. So if it's head towards the shape of the wall, it goes in a straight line. So like one big area so it can easily melt something.
Okay.
So I'm gonna relate. We can use Siren's and Lady Marie's idea of like the buildings being knocked over, so it gets more safe to burn, and it gets stuff more distracted.
Sure. Sure.
If they're okay with my idea.
Takes you about 10 minutes to find them. They're not that hard to find because all you have to do is you have to find the people. You two are communicating the following information pretty quickly. Lillian wants to find as many priests as possible, if not the bishop, because she's got an idea about this thing being a profane creature. Maybe they can do something with that, which means that y'all need to distract. Y'all need to change the distraction to something that will just keep it interested for however long. That a good sum up, Golden? Like
Yes.
Cool. You two discuss.
So Saren, how are we gonna distract this thing?
I don't know. We use the power of friendship and sing our way out of this.
I mean,
Can I give it like a little tip, like using like my lore?
not right now.
Okay, I'll just do it myself then.
So the question isn't whether or not it's the power of friendship. The question is that it's a profane creature and he's trying to find a way to basically drive it off. But he needs time in order to Lillian needs time to push it back. She needs time to get everyone to. So the question is, between you two, if that is an acceptable idea to the two of you, what would be the greatest way to distract this thing? Because it does stop and it does look at, like, it admires what it's planting. It's planting its fire. It stops and looks at it. It doesn't like being shot at. It gets annoyed. You don't do any damage with it, but it does get annoyed. So there are ways to. The question is, what you two would be the best way to go about doing it to get the maximum amount of time to distract it.
We have to distract it. So I say we do the things that annoy it. So remember how when we throw sand on its fire, sometimes it gets annoyed because it admires, it likes its fire.
Right.
So we have to slow it down by throwing the sand and the debris at the plants that it particularly enjoys, or we observe that it enjoys. And we have to use our kuro, our taisha. It's a Japanese word for kamikaze fighters. You start. I forgot the exact word, but you have to start using our least mission essential ground troops to
The Marine
start
joke in there.
throwing stuff.
All right.
To start
the
throwing at it.
The crossbows are marginal, but the debris seems to be doing more. Does it slow down the growth of the plants if we dump stuff on top of the wall?
Oh, absolutely. You're depriving it of oxygen.
All right. Has someone tried slicing away at the plant?
No, actually, no one has tried that yet.
All right. What happened? I try and rouse up a team to try doing that to see if it slows it down.
So,
I
I would think that if you do that, I'm assuming you're using something metallic as opposed to wood. Just to
I presume we're using metallic because, why would we use wood?
The point is not flammable. Yeah. You're able to put it through it's flame. It's flame that thinks it's organic matter. So it's still flame, so it just goes straight through. And you break it breaks the composition. That would piss it off, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably piss it up because
it would.
Yeah,
a lot. Like, that's not even dumping. Like, that's you actually personal. Like it's sort of, I would think it would be kind of the difference between like breaking a pot and someone walking up with like, I don't know, an awl.
It's like just
like,
someone's hard-earned
watch
artwork.
this.
All right, so if it
I
just
would-
makes it throw more fireballs, then that's probably not optimal. So we're
But
just
it keeps it distracted.
yeah. All right, actually,
Suboptimal.
as long as it slows down the progress and we don't lose too many people from catching on fire.
That is kind of part of the problem. So people are no longer being boosted up by the they're no longer being boosted up by the song because Lillian's voice is out and will be out for quite some time. They are not like you don't have volunteers or even voluntolds in great numbers anymore. You just don't. I mean, you're telling them to walk up
Voluntold.
higher deep and telling them to piss it off. Like that doesn't work in that doesn't work in anybody's head here, I would think. Some people would do it, and there are people here who I think if that actually happened, they would go and they would do it. But, you know, there's exceptions to everything. So smaller teams,
No.
I would think at that point, she would get extremely pissed off, and you would get quite a bit of time, especially if you're like alternating your like your stuff. If you know, hey, look, I cut this thing, I'm gonna go cut this, like, you know, sort of ping ponging around.
Changing their direction.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. Basically, like I don't know. It's like in Chernobyl where they have 30 seconds to pick up the debris and dump it in the big hole,
Right. So they send teams,
and then the next team rotates out.
yeah, it's like that.
We're going full Nobunaga on this.
This is amazing. Okay, so that definitely gets enough time. You are going to lose people. That is not a question. You should not be looking to preserve.
Not a question.
Like
No, I
people
invoked
die.
my third heart.
Oh, okay.
I put myself on, and I basically join in the cutting team,
Oh,
and I make sure they see me doing this.
oh shit. Okay. All right, never mind. You're not losing people. All right. This is Saren just coming out and
Going all Braveheart.
going all Braveheart. Exactly.
What a hero. What a hero.
This is awesome. So at this point, yeah, you're able. Lillian, you've got your 30 minutes. They come together, and basically the ordained ministers tell you, "Oh, you're asking us to do a gigantic exorcism." Like that's essentially what you're like. Now, granted, you find many of these priests scared out of their minds and hiding in a hole, but enough of them aren't scared to where you could actually like get someone who would start to do that. Now, exorcism is not something I've really thought that much about in this world. So I'm just going to, you know, this is me breaking new ground. So we're just going to be in on the ride.
Do you want me to suggest an idea? Because there's a game I like out from Tales of Berseria and how their exorcisms work. Basically, it's like a united front where like a going magic circle happens, and they can literally make shields that are prevent demons from entering cities and blocks and such.
How so? How do they do it?
It goes like they have like a what was it? One of those talisman thingies. I think it involves like an imprint or something. Like something they have significant value, and I'm borrowing stuff from like scientific braille decks over here and certain magical index, is how they use something like a force of object that permeates and stays in the area so it can remain there stationary.
Oh, you're talking about like a blessing or like, okay, so you're talking about consecrating.
Oh,
Isn't it?
sick.
What would you do? Hey, Navy, do you know if there's a wall blessing in any book?
There's a house blessing.
Ooh.
Well, in
I
Catholicism,
mean,
we can bless
and
all.
if it were nativity or what some equivalent, we could carve the initials of the wise men above the lintel. But and there's, you know what, the book of blessings is available on Web Archive. That's what I have.
Sure.
Pull up,
But,
Mark,
like,
pull up.
I'm just shooting random ideas out right now, trying to. The idea of like, could you, if you blessed a house and then if you blessed something and then dropped a structure on it, you could trap it, can't leave.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of an Annabelle situation. Not that we want to go with Annabelle logic, but
Yeah. I know we could turn the slum into an eruv.
what's an eruv?
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, we could surround it with an eruv. Like, I know it's that wire that the Hasidic Jews in New York put around Manhattan so that the entire island's inside.
That could.
And-
Oh, you mean like those string
Oh,
things?
God doesn't do it by text. Well,
And therefore they couldn't go outside and do stuff on a Sunday without
During
breaking
Sabbath.
the Talmud.
Talmud.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Sorry.
we'll do it the Catholic way.
No, it took me a minute, and I was like, wait a minute. I get it. Okay.
I get
Sure.
it. I get it.
Well,
Someone get a rope.
in the
A long
true
one.
faith, we just asked a priest with apostolic power to like, hey, can you dispense me from this? And then he talks to the bishop, and then the bishop says yes about 70% of the time.
That's a
Any
low
true
number,
Catholic.
isn't it?
What?
It's a low number, isn't it?
I don't know.
Like any true Catholic,
I'm
you
just
say,
throwing that
Father,
out
could
there.
I have meat this Friday? I say, Father, could I have meat this Friday? And if he says yes,
Well, no, there's already an allowance for that. But
oh,
I don't know if they have organized clergy in this world.
They
Exactly.
do.
They do.
Worship
we have a
Althea.
bishop. We have bishops. So we
All right.
probably do.
Well, do we have a copy of his canons?
I've never thought to write them.
Like, actually, no. What is their conception of authority? Like, if they're okay, actually,
Oh.
obviously, if they have bishops, they have an
They have
episcopal
apostolic
structure.
succession.
So
They have apostolic
Some form-
succession.
yes, they do.
yeah,
They
he would, but then he would. So basically, of course, if he's like an average bishop, he might not have made any. He might not have stuck his neck out to make personal decisions that can be traced directly back to him because.
how could you say such a?
I don't know. Maybe if he's here's the thing. If he's all right, I don't know. Like he's kind of a cipher right now. But until we learn further, we have like whatever ritual books are available.
Right,
Yeah, just get the holy ritual books. I'm pretty sure Orthodoxy knows how to exercise a house if they know how to bless a nuclear bomb.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Eucologian. I'm just trying to like. My brain has never gone here in the lore, and so I'm like, I don't know what to do here. This one's new. I'm stumped. Not in a
Yeah.
bad way. I'm just sitting here at almost midnight trying to figure out the specifics of spiritual hierarchical authority when it comes to flames in my fictional setting, because one of us thought about doing a mass exorcism.
Don't worry, Spider. I've been in that exact same situation a few games ago.
I don't know. Well,
Okay. I got.
Oh, okay, that's different. But yeah, you could I don't know, whatever is available, like a ritual book, a copy of the Gathas. Oh,
Let's see here. Ooh.
but if there's a little Elpida in each of us, we could do like a controlled charismatic event.
that would be absolutely hilarious. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's our thing. So in general, I'm looking it up because I've never actually seen an Orthodox exorcism. I've been a part of a Roman Catholic one a while back. That's a completely different problem. Totally different problem. I would think that you would need. Why are we in a city of thieves when this happens? The absolute irony of this happening in like the least civilized city of the three has not escaped me. Because it's not like there's a lot of churches. Like, just the absolute irony of this is just not lost on me. So you'd need a symbol of authority. You'd need a way to channel everybody else's flame.
Like a holy book?
That book, you and that book. This is the second time you have done bullshit with that book.
All right.
I'm not forgetting about that.
Okay. Do we have like
At least it's not
Do
the
they
same
have-
book. I mean, it's a different book, but it's kind of the same contents.
I know we could do a fire ceremony and like summon the eternal flame into a bowl like the Zoroastrians.
That sounds cool. That sounds really cool.
That could work.
That sounds awesome. Let's make up a whole exorcism ritual right now, guys. So we have a bowl, which we summon flame into. Cool.
Yeah.
See, this sounds awesome.
All right. If there's an organized liturgy, they would have read from the scriptures.
Okay.
And there would be lines about the flame. I mean, we all have the myth written down for a reason. We will have learned that from somewhere.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
And
And then it's just a question of scale and the size of the bowl. That'd be a pretty damn big bowl. Because why not? It's a fantasy story.
I mean, we
like to
could
think
borrow
about
one
doing
from
these
like the
offers
local.
up a giant bowl made of gold.
Navy was saying something, but I think he's going in the same direction.
Yeah, or we could borrow one from the local third place, the tavern where they brew where they make all the stew,
There.
because then it would have a what?
Yep.
It would have a connection to people because like, hey, we eat out of that.
Yep, there it is, right there. Cool, we got it. All right, so
and
too hot. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think at that point, then you would do some form of Roman Catholics call it the greater water blessing. I think it is the whole like instead of like the small like holy water thing, it would be the great. It would be the big
Flame.
one.
well, I think the one ceremony that you just remind me of is when we dip the Paschal candle into the holy water bucket three times on Easter Vigil.
Which is awesome. Okay, so we now have so we got so they go and they grab this huge frickin' stew pot, like a big like I don't know how big those things are. They would. Now I'm curious. What's the
Well,
average size of a
if they're big
medieval?
enough to hold like the local eternal stew, they'll probably about 10 gallons at least. And this thing
Let's see what
basically
we
stays put the whole time unless you have like 5 guys carry it everywhere.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, actually 10 gallons is large, but it's not unheard of. Okay. I love Google. Google makes so many role-playing things so much easier. Okay, so we've got this big freaking stew pot, which we build a fire in. Everybody starts praying over it. And then you've got that special book, which they are very interested as to how you got that book, Lillian, because you should not have that book. That book is weird. They don't know what you're doing. But they flip through it really quick and they're like, oh yeah, there's this ancient like thing that would fit this, because they can read it a lot faster because that's literally their job. And I'm still kind of weirded out by how fast I can go through a Liturgy of the Hours book with like no prep. Or a Byzantine liturgy with
Next time
prep.
I should go. Don't worry about it. We'll become one church in the future. Hopefully not at the second coming.
Right. That's just, God willing. May the Lord bless us for our sins. Anyway, so at this point we've got like this huge thing going on. It comes in just in time for the big one, for like it's like, you know, it comes in. We're just going to say that they impromptu bless the whole city. They do a mass exorcism on the whole. They just go everything. Everything within the confines of the city limits has been exorcised, because you're not gonna like just. If it's in here, it gets
Blessed. You know, Father Laurentius would have been very helpful right now, but he's not
no,
here.
he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have, and you know why he wouldn't have. That actually would have made it worse. He would have made it so much worse. Because yeah, where his flame comes from is a question. Actually, it's not a question. That was part of the running joke. Okay, so this goes off and it leaves, but it does not, like, it gets out. You see it get out, and like you guys just watch as this thing just books it out of the city fast. Everybody sees this happen. It is not a question. It is not up for debate. It happens. However, it's still in the forest, which it is still converting into its own thing. That is where we leave this incredibly weird session for the night.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's look up.
Yeah. This was 10 out of 10. I love it.
Yeah.
This is the funny thing to me, is that this is one of the weirdest sessions that Crescendo has ever produced. And of course, Navy walks in on objectively like one of the weirdest things I've ever
Weird
seen.
ass.
I have no idea what the hell.
Trust me, it doesn't get any less weird. Trust me, it doesn't get any less weird.
It gets less weird all the time. We just constructed an actual mass exorcism ritual out of Internet Archive. I think that's pretty weird.
Yeah, it is pretty weird.
Also,
Yes.
And I used it.
me just watching the right videos to get these ideas right before
Just
this.
the right.
And it all happened due to a coin flip.
Yep, all because of a coin flip. Now we have to do 17 like exorcism spells, and that's hilarious to me.
I did not know that we were going here today. Wait a minute, where the hell's mine?
I wonder how the rest of them are gonna think of this when they watch this. Like, what the fudge is going on?
You know, I
Well-
sometimes get messages from Ross that essentially ask that. It's like, what are you guys doing now?
What the fuck are you doing?
All right.
You know what's funny? When we're with Cal, so when we're with Cal, uh, Steve, me, and like our quad, we just go into full chaos. But when it's just Tash and her squad, it feels way less chaotic than this one.
She's
explain
not.
it, but-
She is a straight up. Tasha really likes collaboration. She really likes it. She would much rather just, that moment. Navy. Oh, you have no idea. Anyway, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to end this the proper way. I may make some suggestions at the end. Okay, so one at a time. Golden, read off your first belief.
Okay. The light of Elpedia showed me, like with Telos, that empathy is the bridge that connects hearts and minds.
Okay. The question for all of these, at least at first, is did you defy on behalf of the Bleed or Debt or create trouble for an organization or other players?
Okay.
Yes, because they had to go do your dirty work for you while you figured out this whole ritual. Like, by definition, you caused people trouble. That's how I would.
Yeah.
So that's one fate point. Navy, your first belief.
Duty, loyalty, and devotion earn us the company of saints.
Yes.
So right. So did you? Well, you couldn't defy because you didn't have fate points to do it. That's a completely different thing. Create trouble for an organization or another player. Well, you started advocating for tearing down buildings. That's not gonna have long-term consequences ever. You caused actual structural damage to the city, literally. So yes, that's a fate point. So write that down. One fate point for you. Hadrian.
All right. Let's start with my first death, and I think it went well. The men of the farm have laid down their lives for me and my family. I must guide their future generations as a thanks for their service. Well, I did guide them to surviving.
You also guided them to certain death in some cases, or you would have. Darren actually
Yeah, I
done
would've.
that for you. Like he helped you out, so that way you didn't kill any. You didn't kill anyone this session because the other players are specifically going out of their way to prevent you. Good job.
Prevent me from killing people.
But yes, you were a pain in the ass.
Well,
One fate.
good job, Saren. Good job.
Yeah.
So
Thank
I
you.
don't get a point for that. Do I get a defy
Yes,
or
you
do I
do.
get a fall?
No. You get the fate point because you inconvenienced him, and you also could have hurt your own organization. Like you were saving them, but you were like literally throwing people to go
To the wall.
get melted. Yeah, you were throwing them in to get melted in fireballs. It's fine.
This Lady Murray character is being less moral by the day. I'm not seeing how. Of course, I have a plan for his redemption. But
I disagree. This is standard officer behavior in the army.
standard officer behavior in the army. Yeah, the
not
classic. Standard
not wrong.
officer behavior.
All right, second belief
Standard
from
second lieutenant behavior.
Oh, right, me.
yes, you.
Through my pilgrimage, I learned that failure and setbacks are the catalyst to success, which means I have to keep moving forward so that one day I can achieve my goals.
Well, I don't think that helped everybody, ironically enough, but the actual fate point thing is causing problems with it or causing any. Ironically enough, no. However, the next question is, did you act against this belief or debt specifically to serve the myth? So you always ask that as soon as, if you say no to the first question, you go to the second question. So when it comes to this second belief, which you've rattled off for us ever so kindly and ever so helpfully, which I, of course, can't remember anymore because I've got short-term memory. It cattle before I can achieve my goals. You did not. You specifically, very specifically, did not. You did not try to like push the vocal thing any farther. When you were done, you were done. If you had pushed that forward, it would have caused trouble, at which point you would have gotten the fate point. However, you contradicted it, and there is a reward for that. That's 2 fate points. So you get 2 fate points because you very specifically did not persevere. You actually cared more about the myth and the greater good. Ergo, 2 fate points.
I have 3.
Navy, second belief, please, sir.
Integrity of character and commitment to higher truths are paramount.
I think you were I think when you stepped up, doesn't cause trouble for another player. I don't think that one caused trouble for another player or for an organization. And you were not able to defy on this one, but that's a different thing. So at this point, the question is, did you contradict it to serve the myth while you were playing?
Unfortunately, I think this one just built into that. So
that's fine for the moment. You're not going to get them all. There's sometimes people only get 1. Sometimes they get all 3 and like just the fate points just roll in. Sometimes they do, sometimes it don't. Sometimes they don't. It's fine. Now let's get to Lady Marie last on the second on her second debt, which that's the failed harvest one. Hadrian,
You're muted.
The failed harvest one, I don't think applied at all this time. It wasn't even used once.
Okay, see, there you go. I would keep it because there's going to be a food problem. You just added about a couple of thousand people to Newport. They're not designed to take that on. I'd keep it.
A couple 10,000 people, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Next, we are going to go back to Golden, third and last belief.
The world contains many mysteries that aren't recorded, so it's up to discover what's hidden and bring them to light. After all, there is one truth.
Yeah, that moment when you decide to throw together an entire exorcism ritual and try and figure out how that worked, which necessitated an entire group of people to continue throwing down their lives so that way you could pull it off. Yeah, I think that counts. I think that's worth a fate point. I think that's worth it.
So I'm up to 4 fate points.
Yup. Navy, if you're around, I'm not sure.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Last belief, please, sir.
The best solution is to do away with mundane desires.
I mean, you literally walked out in front of everybody and collapse your buildings and throw your lives away. I'll be there for you. Do it. Yeah, that's a fate point. That's just sort of feel like yes. Lady Marie, you are currently muted.
So I guess it's my last belief.
Yep.
Let's see what it is. My knowledge of the struggles of the peasants gives me insights into their needs more than any peasant. They must listen to my counsel in their decisions.
Yeah, that
All
caused trouble for the organization. Yeah, that caused trouble for other players. Yeah, yes, just yes, take a fate point.
Yeah, take a fate point. 2 fate points it is.
Yep, 2 fate points it is.
Oh no. I need to use them. I got 12. The next time they're getting used. Oh no. A disaster's happening next sesh. I can feel it.
So no conditions came up. Fine. Ironically enough, no PvP happened. Like, this was like Crescendo was built to be PvP, but honestly, that was just incredible and that was nuts. So no PvP came up, nobody got hurt, acted on it, which is fine. Last one is changing any beliefs. Does anybody want to change any of their beliefs? Because
Nope.
if you do, you get stuff.
Nope.
You get points for it. If
Nah,
so.
that's fine. I have
Okay.
4.
Navy, you're the only one who has an action on that one.
What? Pardon?
Do you want to change any of your beliefs?
I think I'm fine for now.
Cool. All right. So nobody here currently has a mortal wound because they don't. So nothing gets drained out of the because mortal wounds actually drain the amount of fate points you earn. However, Navy was lucky. He got hurt early enough in the process to where he doesn't have it anymore, so it doesn't count.
No.
It's a really, really, really awful way to do that, but you know what? It is what it is. Okay, so that is a session of Crescendo. That's a chapter session done. Navy, you walked in on one of the weirdest sessions of this game I've ever seen. I've just never seen anything even remotely like it, which, I mean, is kind of par for the course for the game, but it's still weird. So I had a great time. I hope all y'all had a good time.
I had fun, and I actually managed to do a thing with the myth.
That was one heck of a lore dive. I've never had someone poke at it like that before. It's like, yeah, I don't have an answer to this at all. I got nothing. I got nothing here. But this is what I get for finally playing with people who are either lore nerds, are religious, or yes, which felt good. That was exactly the kind of conversation I know I wanted to have during the game, and that's not even irony. All right, so for each of the like fate points that you guys have gotten, write bullet points about how you got them and put them in your journal. This will then factor further into the game. So each of the things that you guys did that got you fate points, write about it in your journal. So that way it can factor into the game in the future.
You know,
I can't wait to see how this will affect the other.
The fun thing about this game is, even though I want Lady Marie to be redeemed, I don't see a possible world where her winning is a good thing. Because to me, her winning is not gonna match with her redemption.
Let me put it this way, because it's the only real response I have. If Roos's character from the previous campaign can be redeemed, and he paid for that in blood. He most definitely was redeemed. Lady Marie can do it. It just may take.
We'll have to actually wait until next year, because I feel like her redemption should take the better part of a few dozen sessions.
It took Roos about 2 years to pull it off. And when it happened quick. But like it took all of a sudden all the pieces just sort of clicked into place and the character went, "Oh, I've been an asshole." And everybody goes, Yeah. Sorry, man.
Lady Marie is still in her denial phase because she just still likes Lucian.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Any last comments, concerns, etc. before I kill the stream?
I wonder how the next group will deal with Newport being blessed. Like,
Oh, that's a good point. That's an I never thought of that for monsters. I should probably make a rule for that in the book. They're not gonna like my.
Yeah.
I don't
Next
think they're-
question I was gonna ask. The lands around Sota City is just a part of the world, right? It isn't the whole world. There are settings, like if I remember, the old setting is canon, so the old like Byzantine-esque and European-esque cities still exist.
Right. So there's the Iron Kingdoms to the west. There's the Argentum Empire to the east. There's a lot. I actually have a planet like I have an atlas drawn up. There is stuff out there. It's not relevant right now, but it is out there.
Yeah. This is cool because if ever I get rid of Lady Marie, I have another character who I really want to
Get rid of
work
her.
on.
I enjoy Lady Marie, okay? I enjoy her in the same way that I enjoy, like, I don't know, Walter White. Like, it's kind
White.
let's not pretend she's good. She is enjoyable, though.
She is not nearly close to good, but she is. I'm gonna have to eat lunch.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
All right.
I find it. I still find it funny that I can still cause you trouble.
Walter White. Walter White.
That entire thing nuts. All of a sudden, you're like, we should come up with an exorcist. Like, we should come up with like a power. Well, that was originally, I guess, kind of a power of friendship thing. And it's like, no, this is an exorcism. Like, let's destroy. Like, let's consecrate the ground. Boy, that's gonna be something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
was Newport just randomly it just formed out of like as people gathered to it. It was never like it wasn't the king didn't make it.
No. So Newport was originally the economic powerhouse of the three cities of Monport, Newport, and New Sota City. But then the river moved, and it moved towards Monport. So like Monport basically took over as the economic powerhouse.
Right, yeah, I saw that in the lore book.
So Newport's like this. I mean, when I think of Newport, I think of a more dangerous Braidwood, Illinois, which is a really hilarious thing to say because Braidwood used to be the biggest city south of Chicago. It has not actually grown in like over 100 years because the mining stopped and people stopped caring about it. So like Newport's in like in those decades where like people still care about it, but they don't care about it in a way that okay, all right, oh god, okay, what are we doing? No, Adrian, what are you doing? We're killing the stream because he doesn't know that his stream is on. We're going to save him his dignity. You can ask me questions when that's not happening. Good night.
On Lillian. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. But later, because I don't know what he's about to do. Good night.
Good night.